Assalamualaikum and very good morning to everyone. My name is Dr. Nahrizul Hadi bin Kadri. I will be your lecturer for this subject. First of all, I would like to apologize for not being able to come to our class today to have an online class today uh, because I will be away with my students on a program which has been planned much earlier. Lah. All right. Uh, that is something that you guys have to live with because I have just been appointed as the pengetul or master or KK6 since the 1st of January. So from time to time, I'll be having programs, activities with my students, which coincidentally might fall on a Friday, like today. Yeah. But I'm not the person who will cancel a class because for me, canceling a class is it's a disadvantage for both parties, for you and for me. So I will never cancel a class, even if I can't make it to class like today. But I will prepare a recorded video for you, just like today, just like what I'm doing now, for you to go over the content for that week, and also to give some briefing about the task that needs to be done by that week. All right. So since our class this semester happened to fall on a Friday, so I will try my best to put up the task on every Monday. Okay, so that you can have the whole week to do it. All right. So before you get a bit overwhelmed by what I'm trying to say, what is this task weekly, kelas tak ada, kelas online. So why don't we start a bit slow, getting to know each other, and I will introduce you to this class, to this subject, so that you are a bit more comfortable going through this subject, this she subject. Of course, this is an elective class. You can still drop it if you're not interested or you're not happy with the course outcomes or what you are about to do. So I'm okay. I'm okay. All right. Right. So a bit of introduction about me. I'm a lecturer at the Faculty of Engineering. So starting from last semester, I was one of the few lecturers who are entrusted with doing a she course. She courses are elective courses uh, open to all students of the university, not just engineering, even though I came from engineering. And my course, since I was also, well, used to be the head of corporate comms in UM, so my course relates to what I'm passionate about, which is about media, which is about photography, videography, and also about collecting information, which when you combine them together becomes journalism. Journalism is all about uh, collecting information, asking the right questions to get that information, and later to arrange it in such a way that you can present it nicely to people so that people can understand of it, people can be aware of the issues that you're trying to do. Uh, People can see the good things that otherwise they are not able to through your questions, through your methods of collecting information and present it in such a way that people can easily understand. And that information does not just come from your questions and articles. It also came from nice photographies and nice photos, nice video and nice editing that you have done so that the information that you presented is easy to digest. What I'm trying to say is if you look at nowadays people watch Netflix, people don't watch TV anymore or YouTube. So look at documentaries made by good producers like National Geographic, by our own companies like Media Prima, RTM. Look at those documentaries and how they present it. Eh? In TV3, I remember Majalah Tiga. They still do it now. Have a look at how they present the information and what kind of topics they cover. Normally, it's very interesting, even though you know nothing about it. But when you look at the documentary, you find yourself a bit interested about the topic. How they do it? For me, it's because they ask the right questions and they get the right information and they mix it in such a way that normal people like you and me can easily understand what is it they are trying to say. And that's what I try to bring in this class. I try to introduce you to some techniques of photography and videography, and finally how to use these two along with asking the right questions and combine it all to produce a short documentary video, interview-based documentary. So you interview some people. It could be your lecturer, your own, or other lecturers or other researchers from other faculty. You want to know what they are doing, and you want to know what is their impact of research to the country and to the world, and you record that, and you don't have to use everything, but you only choose certain content to be included in your video. Okay, so that's basically what this course is about. Again, I might be speaking a bit too quickly. I will go through the courses again with the contents that I have uploaded in Spectrum so that you can have a bit more of understanding. Okay, about the course. Secondly, about myself, I'm a lecturer in engineering. I've told you I'm married with three boys. Yeah, I'm supposed to live in KK6 because every residential college have their master's house in it. But unfortunately, for KK6, 8, 9, and 12, I think that's all. The houses are already given to other entities within UM. So they are still trying to get it back so that we masters can live within the compounds of the college. So for now, I'm not yet in the college, but fortunately, I stay quite close nearby. I live in UM quarters in section 16, PJ. So I'm not that far away from UM. Okay. I will always be here on campus during office hours, especially in KK6 office. What you see here is my office. My office quite empty. I haven't been taking any time to decorate it. So I will always be here 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. Yeah, you can always find me here if you have any questions or any queries regarding the subject. What else? I'm a graduate of UM. Through and through. So some people thought I had a Stockholm syndrome. I cannot go out from UM. I'm graduated from UM, and I work for UM until now. I've been here for 21 years now. Yeah, I joined officially in 2003. I graduated in 2001. So yeah, I'm almost 50 years old. I'm almost 50 years old. I don't look like it. I don't have white hair yet, but yes, I'll be 50 next year. Anyway, uh, so why don't I stop there talking about me, because lecturers normally have the tendency to go on and on and on about themselves, especially when they're talking about themselves. Yeah. So why don't we get to know each other as we go along, especially knowing other people's characters. People's histories are good to know, so that you can build a certain persona about them. But for me, I would like to know the character better so that we can move forward together. Sorry, sometimes I speak in terms of philosophies, because I like to think that way. Uh, so I'm a very what do you call that? Easygoing, so to speak. I'm a bit open-minded. You can discuss me with anything, but most importantly, you must know that I like coffee. So if you'd like to discuss anything, make sure there's coffee around us. So that's why if you look at my example of my entry in Spectrum, you will see that if you can't find me in KK6, you'll find me somewhere in UM where there's coffee. Okay. Speaking of coffee, I can't pronounce it well because of my paralysis. Okay, it might be something that strike you first when you see me. why do I have a paralysis on my right side of the face? Right side of the face. I know some of you might not be comfortable asking me that question, what happened to me or whatnot. So I might as well tell you right away on the first class of what happened to me, so that uh, you don't have to think about it. All right. And I don't ask you to be sympathizing about me, because I'm normal. I'm okay. It's just that this paralysis is caused by an operation that I had in 2016, because in late 2015, very late. Actually, I remember it's around Christmas time in 2015. I was diagnosed with what they call, in layman's term, brain tumor. Okay, brain tumor, benign brain tumor. The specific name for it was cavernoma. Huh? No, I forgot about it just now. Cavernoma. Okay, it affected my brain stem. If you guys know your biology, you will know that brain stem is the one that connects your brain to your spinal cord. There's a part there, and I have a growth there, a blood vessel related growth. Becomes a tumor, and it affects my at that time. Before the operation, it affects my eyes. I think on this side, it affects my what are- my balance. It affects my sense of touch on the left hand side, so that I feel numb, semut-semut. Orang Melayu sebut semut-semut on the whole left side of my body. So that was the symptoms. So when I went to the doctors, because they don't know what's wrong with me at that time, they haven't do the scanning yet. So they check lah satu-satu. Check my nerve lah, check my two lah, this and that. And finally, they still don't know what happened. So they asked me to go and get a CT scan. CT scan. And on the CT scan, they saw something. And then to confirm it, they do an MRI scan, which is a bit more detailed. So they saw that there's a growth, a tumor at my brain stem. So they have to do an operation, because otherwise it will affect my function. My vision was affected, and if it's not treated, it will also affect my breathing and my swallowing. So they took it out. Yeah, but the surgeon warned me the operation has risks. Because it's a major operation, you have to have an open brain surgery. Was it the name, open brain or open skull, whatever? So they opened up my head basically at the back. So they took it out. And one of the risks was that the nerves to my face can be affected, because it's around the same area. So that's what happened. All right. So the nerve to my right side of my face, nerve to the muscle, not nerve to the other parts, because our nerves are also responsible for other kinds of sensors. Motor means the ones that controls the movement. So that's why my right side, I cannot move it. In fact, I cannot close my eyes. I cannot close my eyes. But all the other functions are fine. All the other functions are fine. If you touch me here, I can still feel it. If you, if you prick me with a pin, with a needle, I can still feel pain, but I cannot move it. That's all. All right. Other than that, I'm normal. And because of that, I cannot pronounce certain words. Not certain words, certain letters. F, V, B, certain words. So if there are certain words that are not clear, I have no issue if you want to ask again. Make sure you understand what I'm trying to say. Okay. So that's that. So basically, my face is not a stroke. Some people thought I had a stroke, because some people who had stroke will have similar symptoms, but I don't have that. Secondly, there's a one condition which affected. Sorry, two more. Sorry, one is what do you call that? I cannot remember what's the name, but that one is curable. And that's another one which affected Justin Bieber the other day. If you Google it up, Justin Bieber had an infection, I think in 2020 or 2021, something like that. So he had a paralysis of half side of his face, but I don't have that as well. I remember it because during that time, one of the TV station actually contacted me and asked me whether I have the same condition or not, because they invited me to the TV station to interview me about that. But I told them my condition was different. It's just that the symptoms are the same. It looks the same, but it's not the same thing. So if you Google up my name, you should find one slot in on Malaysia Hari Ini, which asked me about this paralysis. All right, so enough about me. Otherwise, I will not finish. So itulah dia. So this class will be handled to the best of my knowledge in English. Okay, but my version of English lah. My version of English, which is a bit of a mixture of Queen's English, because I did my PhD in the UK. Uh, a bit of Australian English, if I can still remember it, because my master's was in Australia. A bit of Malaysian English, which of course we all learn English at school. But I'm also 25, 50%, 25% Javanese. My grandfather came from Indonesia, so there's a bit of a Javanese slang there. Yeah. So yeah. So I try my best to speak in English throughout the class. But if there are things that you don't understand, I'm more than happy to entertain your questions. Okay? So enough about me. So like I said, let's get to know each other along the way. We have 14 weeks to know each other. So although our class will be, most of it will be online, uh, last semester it was held entirely online because that's what the students want. I personally would like to see you guys. Uh, but since our class last semester was not really conducive, it was supposed to be held on Tuesday at 8 a.m. So a lot of students say they can't wake up that early in the morning, so we might as well have an online class and I record it. All right. But for this semester, we have it on Fridays at 3. So if you guys, would like to see me before going off for the weekend, I'm more than happy to have a class together. And not a proper class. My class, what I meant was we go somewhere for coffee, we talk a bit, and then we take photos together, like a field trip. That's what I'm thinking, right? Take photo, describe it, the photo, share our feelings about the photo and the video, how to edit it and how to share it on social media. That kind of thing. Not proper class where we go to class, I stand in front and talk to you. Right? Not that kind of class. Okay. So if you like that kind of setup, let me know. We can choose any Fridays for us to get together and have our own so-called class. All right. Right. So that's it. So let me share with you my screen and have a look at our our spectrum. I hope by now you've completed your, where's my spectrum? Okay, yeah. I hope by now you have completed your registration. Right. So let me make this bigger so that you can see everything slightly. All right. All right. So this is how your spectrum should look like. Yeah. Uh, the title of this course is GBK0050, Introduction to Journalism and Storytelling in Digital Age. Quite long, yeah, quite long. But that's essentially what I want to share with you. Yeah. Some skills in collecting and presenting information, that's journalism, and some technique in storytelling. Okay, why storytelling is there is that we will go through this in one class, but I want to give you some introduction. I hope by now you have heard about ChatGPT, generative AI, AI here, AI there. People have started talking about AI can do everything. AI will replace our job in the future. But let me tell you, as a creative person, eh, that is one thing that AI cannot take away from us humans, which is creativity. Creativity. AI, computers, robots cannot create new things. What they can do is to create something out of the information that they have been trained on. Okay. ChatGPT seems intelligent, because if you can imagine someone who have read all the books in the world, all the encyclopedia in the world, all the libraries in the world. Uh, of course, that person, when they speak, it sounded intelligent. But ask them to create something out of scratch, okay? Out of the topics that he have read from all these libraries. He cannot, because that's what AI is, all right? AI is artificial. Its intelligence comes from what he has been trained on. But humans, like you and me, we can create something out of our experience, but we can also create something out of our creativity, a God-given ability that AI don't have. And that's why they will always stick to the world of artificial intelligence. Of course, nowadays, if you look into the literature, people are talking about natural intelligence, NI. You can read it up because the research is going towards that now. Huh? How can we create a natural intelligence by computers? But that's one another topic lah. So coming back to our story, my storytelling just now. So what I'm trying to say is that one feature that human has that AI don't have is that we can tell stories. Okay, we can dream. We can tell others because we have voices. We have motor skills to write, to create, to tell our stories. And telling a story, rupa-rupanya, actually human to human, there is a method to do it. Okay, if you use this method, people will always remember your story. Dia macam magic sikit. Tapi ni magic yang semua orang boleh belajar. It's a magic that everyone can learn. Okay, everyone can learn. Okay, we'll go through it in our class later on. I think week 3 ke week 4 macam tu. But today I would like to share with you some introduction sajalah. Okay, I always give example of Cinderella. Okay, Cinderella. Everyone knows the Cinderella story, right? Where she was anak tiri, anak tiri apa cakap orang putih? Entahlah, saya tak tahu. But we all know the story that she went to a ball. She don't have something to wear, but the clothes that she wore that night was magical kan. Dia tak ada, she doesn't have a carriage, dia tak ada kereta nak pergi situ. Tapi kereta dia dibuat daripada labu. The carriage was made from a pumpkin. She went to the ball, and we all know that she has to go back by 12, because that's what the magic says. Uh, Otherwise, the magic will stop, and she will go back to who she actually really was after 12. Why is it that everyone knows this story? It's because the story was told in a certain way that it's easy to remember and easy to be retold. People will tell the story again and again and again because the story is created in a very easy to follow flow. And that's what we meant when we say it has a good storytelling. All right. So in one of our class, I will share with you a few storytelling techniques, and I will share with you one simple one that you can all use in your everyday life. Okay, not just in this course, but you can use the same technique in your assignment, in your presentation, group presentation, so that when you do it, people will remember the presentation. People will understand your presentation, and most importantly, people can see what you are trying to to say or to do. This is very, very helpful for final year students who are presenting their projects, their FYPs, their capstone, and whatever. Because with this technique, uh, I can assure you that your lecturers, your moderators will understand what you're trying to do and will give you full mark. Itu yang paling penting sekali. That's the most important things because the skill that you gain from this subject can be used in other subjects as well. Right? So that's my intention. All right. Coming back to our spectrum. So our spectrum should have everything that you need. So I will use this here announcement to tell you everything about the course, including what the class, official WhatsApp group, the link is here. So everything that I want to tell you, I will put it up here, but I will put it up in the WhatsApp group first. All right. So make sure you are all in the WhatsApp group. The link is here. All right. Why is my face freezing? And why is it so slow? All right. So everything is here. This is an example of what the announcement looks like. Announcement are meant for me to share things with you, so you cannot reply stuff here. Or is it you can? I don't know. No, you cannot. It's just an announcement, so you cannot reply. Okay. So everything will be here. So come back to Spectrum at least once a week uh, to see what I have, my message for you. And most importantly, not here. Most importantly is on another link, which is the weekly task. Like I said earlier on, this is what I meant. Okay. I have set out a weekly task for you to do every week. I will try to put it up on every Monday so that you can do it early on. So for week 1, I have put it up already, which is the topic is to introduce yourself. So I would like you to introduce yourself with a photo and a caption. I even put in some links for you to read about how to take a good selfie. You see? Post the photo below and write a caption. There are 2 requirements. You must add one interesting fact about you, something that you want. No, not that no one else know. Perhaps some close friends know. Your family knows about it, but general people don't know about that about you. So you put it up and also put in your Instagram or TikTok account name, handle, so that people can reach out to you. So normally for each of the task, I will give an example so that you don't feel embarrassed to take your photos, okay, and also know my expectation. Okay, for the first one is a selfie. I took the selfie, I think yesterday, Monday, Monday. Just took a quick selfie. I read up the website just now on how to take a good one and some tips on how to make it interesting. All right. Uh, for this photo, I just use the front part of front camera. Not even the back camera. It's just a front camera because normal phones nowadays are good enough for this for our assignment. Yeah. And then I edit it a bit. I add some. I think I increase the contrast. I don't increase the saturation because that will make our skin a bit red. I don't want that. But I do use one filter, I think, to make the color a bit more cinematographic lah. And I add some vignette around the photo. So that's my style. I like to edit it so that it gives out certain message. And I look away, not to the camera, because that gives a story to the photo. Okay, I want your photos to be storytelling a bit lah, to 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 convey your character. Okay, to convey your character. So at the bottom here, I wrote a bit about myself, and some interesting facts about me include, but not limited to, because I'm a bit greedy, I put a bit more facts than just one. But you can just put one if you I'm not comfortable about it, you can put it one. But if you're like me, you like to tell stories about yourself, so I tell a bit more. I'm almost 50 years old because I put this on not because I like that I'm growing old. It's just that a lot of people thought I'm younger. Looking at me, talking with me, people thought I'm in my 30s or early 40s. Actually, where in actual fact, I'm almost 50 years old now. I can't swim, and I can't ride a motorbike. I don't even have a license for it, and I can't ride it. I know how to ride bicycle, but not motorbike. Not motorbike. I love bubur kacang. Yay! For those who like bubur kacang, kita gang. And durians, of course. All Malaysians love durians. And one thing that a lot of people don't realize, but I think my wife knows this. I love graphic design so much, especially fonts. I love fonts. I can tell the difference between fonts. And for certain fonts that are famous, I can tell you straight away if it's being used in the design. If you show me this logo which has fonts in it, I can tell you what font they are using. Okay, that's how much I love graphic design. So yeah, most of the times you can find me at KK6. But if you're unlucky, try to find where there is coffee. Okay, in UM now we have lots of cafes now. We have He and She, Zeus. We have one at the Chancellery on the left side. On the right side also we have coffee. We have Q Bistro, and in Alam Bina, Built Environment in front of KK6, we have Monty Coffee. So there are lots of coffee places in campus. KKC is also close to the hospital, PPUM. In PPUM, they have Gloria Jeans, and they also have He and She. In dental, they have another He and She. All right. So we are all surrounded by coffee in UM. So if you can't find me in KK6, you can find me where there's coffee. Okay. And I also add my Instagram account and my TikTok account. Please follow my TikTok. I don't really care about my Instagram because IG is all where I dump my photos. And TikTok is where I like to grow my followers so that I can do live TikTok. My follower is still about 200 plus. I still cannot do live until I reach 1,000 followers. All right. So please follow me on TikTok. Right. So I also put up some examples from previous batches of students. So these are the kind of photos that I like. Okay. That because it tells some stories, it tells some character about yourself. It's not just beautiful and handsome, but I look for stories. Okay. Uh, if you look carefully, each of these photos actually it's not perfect. Okay, some of them do look beautiful, but if you look closely, they are all normal students, like you. So what makes them interesting is because of the message that they convey, in my eyes, or in the editing, like this one, the editing, the color. I like the color. This one is a bit creative. I like it. It's normal photo, but it's creative. I asked for a selfie, but she took a photo of her passport photo. I think that's creative. That's why I included it. Yeah. This one is because he looks happy, stylish and happy. Uh, this one she tilted her head, not the normal eyes looking at the camera, straight ahead. I think that's quite interesting, and there's a reflection also. That's quite nice. You might ask why I choose this photo. All right. This photo is simple, but if you look at it, it's not actually a selfie. This is taken by her friend. And at this distance, it's actually perfect for your selfie. Because if you look at it, her ears will appear at the normal place. Her face is not distorted because if you use a zero point 0.5 or 0.6 lens, wide lens, which is normal, for a selfie punya camera like this. Sorry, like this. Your face will appear a bit distorted. Your nose will appear a bit bigger, and your ears will be at the back. So for a good photo of yourself using one times magnification, you should stand about 1.5 meter away, and then you take a photo. Then it will be a good photo. Just use one magnification. If you use two magnification, stand back about 3.5 meters away. Okay, 2.5 meters away, and then you take your photo. So that will put your face ratio at the right dimension. Okay, at the right dimension. Because if you want to to take your own selfie, take it like this, much closer, so that your ratio of face is still equal. All right. This one, look, this is not equal. Look, the forehead is quite big, the hand is quite big, of course, because she's taking a selfie. And this one, I believe she's using the back camera, like this, the back camera, using a 0.5 zoom lens. But I like it because it tells a story. The point of what do you call this, perspective, right at the back of her head. I think that's very good. She put it at the center of the photo. Yeah. So that's why I picked this up. Although I don't quite agree with how she portrays herself, because this way her forehead looks a bit bigger. But I chose this photo as my example because the story has depth. Sorry, the photo has depth behind her. Depth. And talking about depth, I took this photo also, even though his feature is hidden. But there is a depth at the back of him. And this tells a bit of a story. Actually, this is an international student from China. This is actually the city where he came from. So that tells him that he's away from his hometown. His hometown is where he remembers the most. He's a bit homesick. Now that tells the story from the photo, right? So I hope you take this kind of photos, interesting photos, so that people can know a bit about you, like this boy. Straight away, he's a friendly guy, easy to talk with, very trendy, up to date kind of guy, just by looking at the photo. Yeah. So try to convey that character, your character in your photo. Okay. And the caption, I don't have time to select the best ones because for me, they are all stories like this, stories about you. So not much that is outstanding, but if you have a story that is outstanding, by all means, share it with us so that we can read it. Okay. To do this, you just have to reply to this message in this forum at the bottom. Okay. The deadline for each of these tasks is always week 14, but I encourage you to do it as early as you can so that you don't have to be bogged down with this subject, because you have other subjects to study also. Yeah. So I want this subject to be a fun subject, a subject that you look forward to because you can release your stress after a week of studying. Okay. Our class is on Friday, so you can release yourself every Friday with my class. Okay. If you want to have it online, we'll have it online. But if you want to meet me and have coffee on a Friday afternoon, chit chatting about life, about uh, looking at the world in a different eye, something like that. Okay. Come and see me. All right. So there you have it. So our class, the content of our class is all here on Spectrum. And at the bottom is all the information that you need. About the course, course information lah, pro forma lah, whatever lah, references are all here. And also I put up links and notes for you to read. Okay. These are all that I used last semester. We don't have exams, so you don't have to read or remember anything. Just immerse yourself in the knowledge read about it, what I want, what I expected of you, what I expected of you, not for you to remember macam masuk exam macam tu, no, but for you to experience, for you to live the course with at least some information, right? How to conduct interview, how to do some videography, how to do photography, things like that. And what I understand about journalism. All right. So if you are clear with that, then I would like to share with you a quick presentation that I prepared uh, in Canva for this class. It's not that much. In fact, I will share with you the PDF if you really need it. That's me, a very old photo, 2017, I think. That's my name. Some people, you all nampak ke screen ni kejap. I'm not sure which one is I recorded. Kecilkan lah. Can I kecilkan that? All right, there you go. All right. So my name is a bit long. Associate professor is not my name. Don't call me by that. That's just my pangkat. Associate prof. Some people are professors. Some people are just doctors. They are not yet associate professors. So associate professor is a bit higher than a normal lecturer. And the highest is professor, and professors have 3 levels and so on. Yeah. So associate professor and all is just our rank, our rank. IR is because I'm a registered professional engineer, so I have that. Doctor is because I have a PhD, that's why I can use that. So now Rizul Adib is my name, but I prefer to be called by my second or by my middle name, which is Adib. So you can simply call me Dr. Adib, or boss. Some people still like to call me boss. I don't know why. And Kadri is my father's name. As a Malay in Malaysia, we put in our father's name as well, right? So my name is this whole thing. If you want to address me officially, it's this whole thing. But I prefer to be called just by Dr. Adib. All right. Next slide. So this is the focus of our subject, journalism and storytelling. I've covered that early on. If you didn't catch it, you can rewind this video. Yeah. In this day and age, you can always rewind your video, yeah, and watch it again. So journalism is about getting information and also presenting in the right way. All right. So for this course, we have 3 course outcomes. Make sure you achieve all 3. If you believe that you know nothing about these 3, come and see me. Okay. Basically, what I want you to have is some understanding about the media industry through my experience, and not from the theoretical side, because I'm an engineer. I'm not a I didn't study mass communications, or media studies. I'm purely hands-on, practical kind of person. The media exposure that I have is all acquired through experience. Okay. So I would like you to have some practical skills in storytelling techniques through photography and videography techniques. And finally, I would like to share with you some ethical considerations and principles of authenticity, which basically means that how you produce it, to be aware of what you are recording, to be aware of what you are presenting. Okay, certain things are illegal, things like that. Certain things you cannot use it without permission, something like that. All right. So by the end of this course, you should be able to get all these 3 by going through all the tasks and the assignments. Okay. Last but not least is I share with you how to get an A, because a lot of students, when they took up any she course, what they want is just an A. I get that. I understand. I was a student too, long time ago. Yeah. When I took up my elective course, all I want is A. All right. How to get A? Basically, you have to know what you are analyzed on, what you are, assessed on. Basically, we have the weekly tasks. That accounts for 20%. We will have three assignments, two individuals and one group work. The first individual work is about taking a photo. The second one is about producing a short video, 1 minute video. And the final one is producing an interview video, maximum 5 minutes. Okay. In the interview, Shashul lah. Interview video of not just a video. I should have worded correctly. It's a short documentary. Okay, 5 minutes of short film, which includes some interview. Because that's where you get information from. But it must not just contain that interview. Otherwise, you will not get a full mark. You must add in some photos, videos, overlays, some editing, some text, overlays, and so on. To make it interesting. So that's how you get an A. Okay. I failed one student last semester, not because she did a bad work. That's because she didn't submit all these three. Okay, she didn't submit the weekly task. She didn't submit the individual assignments, but she did the group work. Okay, with her group. So her group did okay, not that well, but okay. So she gets some marks in that. But that mark, since the maximum I can give is 40, so she cannot possibly pass the subject, you see. So for you to get an A, actually all you have to do is just submit everything. Okay. And for your information, last semester, one failed, one B plus, I think, and the rest of you, and the rest of the students got an A. All right. So what I'm trying to say is that to get an A in this subject is quite easy, but you must make sure you submit everything. Okay. And that's my first tip. Submit everything. Do not wait until the last minute. Do not be shy of asking questions. You can DM me personally on WhatsApp or Instagram. Okay. Basically, I'm reachable. Okay. So please submit your assignment on time, on your work on time. You will get A, no problem. Okay. I'm telling you, no problem. And that's why I said that's it. Have fun. If you have any problem, not able to come to class or whatever, just message me. Okay. If you have any issues, you don't understand with the task, you are embarrassed to ask the questions in the group, you can ask me personally. No problem. Okay, no problem. If you want to have coffee to ask a question, even better. Okay, even better. Of course, this slide was prepared when there's an online class, so I can ask you questions. But since this is a recorded video, I cannot have questions from you. So that's all from me. Okay, that's all from me. Can I turn that off? Yes. Right. So stop share. Stop sharing. How do I do that? Stop share. Is it stopping? I don't know. Right. So I don't know what's happening. That's it. Okay. I thought this is a new computer and everything should be fast, but still it's slow sometimes. Right. So that's all from me. Thank you so much for your time. I look forward to see each and every one of you, whether online or offline, physically or non-physically, whatever that means. Uh, so yeah, perhaps you can see that I'm really excited about this class because uh, telling stories is my passion. I like to take photos just using my phone. I take photos just using my phone. All the photos, all the examples that I showed you are all taken with my phone. It's not even an iPhone. Look, it's not even an iPhone. Sorry, it's blur. It's not an iPhone, you can tell. It's an Oppo phone, Android. Oppo, I cannot remember which model. somebody gave it to me. It's a normal phone. But what I want you to do is not so much about getting the best phone. Good photos, of course, quality is different with different phones. But what's more important, in my eyes, is the message, is the story that the photo tells. Eh. From the examples that you saw, that I put up in the spectrum, I hope you notice that some of it is not taken by iPhones, because we can tell what the quality is from an iPhone camera, because the quality is a bit different. It's sharper, and then the background, the color is a bit more uh, vivid. But that's not just the only qualities that we look for in a photo. Yeah? I shared with you that the qualities that I look for is also about the story, about the depth, about the direction that your eyes are leading into, this kind of thing. So that can be achieved by non-iPhone phones, you know. So don't worry if your phone is not iPhone, because what I look for is not just quality, but also the story behind the photos and the videos. Okay. Even for the videos that I will share with you later on, the videos examples, from my side. It's all taken with this phone. It's all using this Oppo phone. So in terms of quality, uh yes, but I look forward to the quality in terms of the story and technique and the methods that you used. Okay, so don't worry so much if you don't have an iPhone. You can still use your whatever phone you have for this course. Okay, and I don't ask you to get a camera, a proper camera, because using a proper camera would be the best, especially digital SLRs. But it's not needed. Okay, but you have, if you have access to one, I highly encourage you to use it. But if you don't, it's okay. I don't have access to it. I don't have a camera. I don't even know how to use a camera. Okay, but I know what photos I want. So that's why I can become the head of corporate comms, because I know what photos that I want. I don't have to take the photos myself. The photographers take it, but I know what I want. All right. Right. So there you have it. Thank you so much for your time. Again, apologies for not being able to come to the class this week. I really hope to see you next week. Yeah. Online or offline. You guys decide. Uh, Either way, we'll meet again. Okay. So have a look at the task on Spectrum. Try to do it. If you have any problems, contact me. I'm always available everywhere. On WhatsApp. My number is on the WhatsApp group. So you can always text me there. I don't see any problem in getting in touch with me. So thank you so much for your time. I hope to see you soon. Thank you. I start the recording now. Bye bye. Hey, how to stop? Oh, this one. Okay, stop the recording. Stop recording. And bye bye. I will upload this on YouTube and I will put the link in your WhatsApp group.